welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. Hair is super crazy. All right, guys. Anywho, I have quite a few different workshops coming up. I just finished the Cord Lab workshop yesterday. And this coming Saturday, I'm going to have the comfort care meditation. If you'd like to be a part of that, go check it out, k33academy.com/store. The comfort care meditation is bomb. It is, though, because it helps to address the energetic causations of your physical and emotional pain. If you've been experiencing quite a bit of that, maybe you should join. Maybe you should consider joining. Anywho, I asked what this reading is going to be about, and what I heard is walking away from the past and towards a bright future. Okay. I'm I'm hoping this means what I think it means. A girl can hope. I'm hoping this is like the start of different subject matter for the readings. There's like a specific subject matter that I'm just done reading for. I am. I don't know about you guys, but that subject kind of just needs to go away already. It just does. We need to focus on other things that can really grow your understanding of your life, your potentiality, the goodness that is, has been set aside for you by creation. Okay. I'm just going through a laundry list in my mind. Was I supposed to do something else first? Check my supplements. I didn't moisturize my face. Gosh diggity. Gosh darn it. I didn't moisturize my face. That's why. That's why. That's why I feel that way. Something's missing. Yeah, moisture on your face. Okay. I need brownies too. Not magic brownies, but just grain-free brownies. Those would be good. How do I go to the store and get brownies? Brownie mix. I can make it from scratch. We shall see. We shall see. No, I'm not looking at the bottom of the deck. I am in full rebellion today. I'm not listening to Michael. I'm not listening to Marlene. I'm not listening to either one of them because I'm sick of them both. But it's a lovely day. How are you guys doing? How's everyone? I'm just going to keep shuffling and shuffling and shuffling. Two cards just flew out of the deck. They make my phlegm rise. All right. One more shuffle. Just to be extra rebellious. Extra. All right. Let's get started, guys. Here goes. Here we go. Let's see. Oh. Okay. So walking away from the past towards a bright future. There's a secret that's about to spill out. There's a secret that's about to spill out, and okay. I'm just considering a few different things. I'm considering a few different things. Mm-hmm. It's just okay. So, walking away from the past and towards a bright future. This is telling me, the cards are definitely telling me that there is avoidance that's happening right now. There's avoidance that's happening right now. And it's something that really has to be dealt with. It has to be addressed by you. And whatever this is, it's something that you have really gone out of your way to intellectualize. Um okay. I need to reshuffle this deck. I'm just reshuffling. I'm reshuffling simply because because I want to. I want to reshuffle it. There's specific subject matter that I'm really just, I know y'all are done listening to the same subject matter. Okay. 2 cards fell out. Boundaries and summer. These 2 cards, they came out, boundaries and summer. Are you confining yourself to a certain type of existence because of these boundaries that you're trying to enforce? Boundaries that don't serve you, but instead limit. Boundaries that limit, right? Whatever these boundaries are, things are going to come to a head by summer. Michael says, everyone can see you're considering things. What? If you don't allow yourself to heed the word of soul and walk away from past cycles of avoidance, you're not going to feel very secure within your journey, within your life. There's going to be things that are going to be experienced that are going to cause you to really be taken out of the safety of your incubator. I think for many, what's happening is that you are kind of in this incubator stage where you've been separated from everything and you've just been sitting there and being nice and toasty and rolled around in that warmth. um, good type of humidity. You know what I'm saying? Everything is just being set out for you and you're feeling very taken care of. I think what's happening is you've grown so accustomed to the type of coping that you've been forced to utilize because of the difficulties that you've had with different things, right? You've had these difficulties with different things. You've had no respite from it. There's been zero break from the intensity and the gravity of whatever these things are. It's constantly placed in front of you, shown to you, in your face, in your face, in your face. And you're kind of just over it. I'm over it. I am. We're not involving Jesus in this today. I got a new song for you guys. I have a new song. I finally found what went wrong. Don't want to feel you. Don't want you on my mind. Sing it with me. I finally found the wrong in you. Don't want to feel you. Don't want you on my mind. Take it back to the top. I finally found what went wrong. Don't want to feel you. Don't want you on my mind. Part 2. I finally found the wrong in you. Don't want to feel you. Don't want you on my mind. Making me hella hot. I'm hot. I'm saying my hair is disheveled. I mean, you know, this is my texture. Okay. I just feel bullshittery. But I'm very opinionated. So you're being removed from the incubator. The incubator is like this perfect environment for you to grow in certain ways. And that type of growth is no longer serving you. So you're going to be removed from the incubator. There's going to be a guardian that's brought to you. And this guardian will facilitate your growth outside of the incubator. I don't know. I don't trust people and things. So I don't know how much this guardian is going to be of help for you. Okay. I'm very much entering into full trauma mode. So I can do it myself. I will do it by myself. Yeah. Okay. So this is really bringing your attention to the very things that still exist within you that are evidence, serve as evidence of the continuation of the existence of your trauma. We got to clear this stuff out. And we have to allow ourselves to carry forward in the direction that soul is encouraging us. But you're not my soul, Michael. You're not my soul. You can shut your cherubic face. Okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Rebirth and reverse. You don't need to be reborn. You don't. But you do need to stop burying your trauma in the pet cemetery. It keeps coming back uglier and uglier. Someone quote me on this, please. Stop burying your trauma in your pet cemetery because it keeps coming back uglier and uglier. You know your girl don't do ugly, right? I don't do ugly behavior. I don't do ugly circumstance. I don't do that. So there's a lot of things that's happening that you're needing to walk away from. The trauma responses are one of the things that you definitely need to walk away from. I think for many of us, we don't even recognize what our trauma responses are. What our chosen trauma response is what dictates the way we experience, the way we perceive whatever it is that we're being encouraged to live through in order to clear the trauma from our field. You know what would clear the trauma from my field? Michael says, don't say that. Anyway. Whew. I don't want to do this reading. I just don't. I don't want to do this reading. I just feel the irritation increasing. So I have about 40 minutes before I have to teach my other class. What I'll do, go ahead and I'm just going to look at all the cards. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pull cards for you guys. We're going to change the subject. No, I'm aware. I'll do free readings for you guys until I gotta go to class. There we go. Michael says, you're aware you're showcasing avoidance. I'm fucking aware. I'm aware. I'm sick and tired of this reading. Okay. So if you would like a free reading, and I'm not going to do a free reading for everyone, let's do some Emmy trivia. What was my favorite color growing up? The first person to comment what my favorite color was growing up, I'll pull 2 cards for you. So start guessing. I painted my entire room this color and all my furniture, much to my parents' dismay. Let's see who knows me. Keep going, guys. Keep going. I finally found what went wrong. It's a very specific shade, okay? I finally found the wrong in you. You guys can do it. Getting close. Getting close. Ooh, chartreuse. Very, very specific color. So, like, I didn't tell my parents. I just went and I got cerulean. I love that color. It wasn't cerulean. I was not. Ooh, passion pink. You guys are getting close. You really are. Do, 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 do. You guys. I also love the color sea green, but no. You guys are good. These are some really good guesses. She pulled out her mental crayons box. You guys can do it. You guys are very close. Mermaid tail teal. These are the colors, yo. These are angelic white. They're not it. I do love peacock blue as well. I do. I love blue green as well. No, these are not the colors. Someone's got to guess it. Someone's got to guess it. Okay. All right. I'll ask a different question. The answer is lime green. I painted everything lime green. And I was going to go ahead and paint the ceiling hot pink with black dots that would glow in the dark, but I couldn't reach the ceiling. Thank God. And my parents were like, "What the hell did you do?" What? Okay. What is I'll do an easy one. What is my most favoritist? What's my favorite state? That's what Michael said to ask. What's my favorite state? In the United States. Which one is my favorite? I finally found Colorado. I love Colorado. All right, Sea Ocean Soul. Let's pull some cards for you. Here goes. Y'all better quit with that. Y'all better quit with some of these guesses. I'm telling y'all. Yeah, my parents would have beat my ass too if they felt like it would have done something. This right here. This. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. All right. Here it goes. Ooh, okay. Sea Ocean Soul, you're being guided towards the discontinuation of something. This guidance is pointing to how certain things are being allowed to continue and those should not be allowed to continue. I think you already know what those things are. There's definitely focus on you from things that you shouldn't allow to focus on you. Attempts to view, attempts to project thoughts. You should not allow that to continue. You need to place tremendous effort into halting whatever that is. Okay. I think you have an idea. I think it's something that you dealt with in one aspect and then it presented itself again in a different way. One is like family based, the other was kind of trying to insert itself as family based. And both are reaching a fever pitch. Whatever that fever pitch is, you're needing to consciously choose to like okay. And I think you already know. I think you're already aware of how you're going to do this, and you're definitely putting things into play. Okay. So thank you, Sea Ocean Soul. What is see this sucks because I don't even have the answers. Here's another one. The first person to guess how far back I can remember, like what age, what age I can remember all the way back to, you'll win a reading. Just put the age, a number age. Go ahead. Wait, what? What? Oh shit! What question did I ask? You guys, I don't remember the question that I asked. Shit. Can someone remind me what question I asked, please? Age I remember too. Okay. Okay. Sorry. How far back can I remember? Okay. So now you guys can go ahead and start guessing numbers. My bad. Very close. Someone was very close. 9 months. Did I tell you this before? I must have told you this before. Did I tell you this before? Okay, anyways. Hey, Lorene. Okay, here goes. Yes, about 9 months. I remember trying to teach myself how to walk, pulling myself up. So here goes. Oh, okay. Things are going to go ahead and begin, calming down for you. And this is going to continue all the way to autumn. Now, you have to be careful because I think things are going to be coming down for you because of the fact that you're putting effort into something. Wait, are you in the certification program? It has to do with a certification program. I could have sworn you're in it already. No, you're not. No, it has to do with a certification program. I feel like there are things that are definitely going to come into play and you're going to need to know how to negate it. And if you learn how to negate it, like tremendously empower yourself through the knowledge of how to work your own energy, then what's going to happen is things will, for real calm down, because it doesn't quite make sense, because it feels like things are ramping up. But intensification in reverse tells me that it's not going to intensify. The last of the leaves should fall before November, right? That's usually how it works. So end of October, early November. That falls in line with around the time the next cycle of certification completes. Let me pull one more card. Yeah. So I think between now and the time it starts, that next cycle starts, I think it starts in July, I want to say. There might be things that cause you to feel very not protected because it's in reverse. I think this also happened start of last cycle, right? Where you ended up missing the start. I don't remember. Was that you? I think that was you. It's a cycle that's circling back around. If you can negate it this time, like when it circles back around, if you can negate it, it's not going to be allowed to circle again. Every time it circles, it's going to intensify. Like intensify. So you got to be careful, because you're much harder to affect. And if you're much harder to affect, then it will go for things that are around you that are much easier to access, if you catch my drift. Okay. So be ready. Definitely be ready for that. All right. Next question. Thank you, Aileen. Next question. I don't know. Shit. This is too hard. This is too hard. My brain is going so fast. Hold on. We're gonna. Okay. Icebreaker questions. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. These are stupid questions. These are stupid questions. What was my best class in school? I have anxiety too. Okay, honey, can you text me a number? Let's do number words. This is bullshit. It's giving me anxiety. Actually, no, I was not good at math. Yes. Anything science. Oops, hold on. Anything science. Well, I was good in math, but it wasn't my best subject, but I was still above grade level. Anything science, definitely I excelled in. I think I want to say I scored something like a 1400 on my science SATs, something like that. All right. So after this question, okay. After this question, after this, we're going to switch to number wars. Okay. Justine, you are pushing things away. Something, someone, some situation, you're pushing it away as part of a defense mechanism. I don't know if you're aware you're doing this. You might be, but That's the very thing you need in order to return to a space of stability with you. You know what I mean? So stop pushing whatever this is away, whoever this is away. I don't feel like it's something romantic. I feel like it's something like maybe family. Maybe I think it might be someone offering help of some kind, but you're so accustomed to help that's being offered with strings attached. I think for whoever this is, and I have to be very careful. You have to be very careful about who you apply this to, but whoever this is, they just want to help, you know? They genuinely want to help. I think they've reached, it might be the ex-husband. I'm not sure. It might be. Oh, you know what? Well, damn. My best class was English. Oh, it was language arts. Well, damn. I don't know myself very well. Oh, shit. Yes, my best class was language arts. I excel with language arts. Okay. So pick a number from 1 to 100. The first comment that I see that matches the number he texted me, you will win a reading. Sorry. Yes, it was language arts. I just realized. Oh my gosh. They pulled me aside and they were like, I was a voracious reader. Yes. It was language arts. I remember freshman year, they pulled me aside and they were like, we want to test you for AP class. And I was like, no, because all my friends were in AP classes. I hung out with all the nerds, right? Ridiculously nerdy stuff. Love it. Love it. But science is something I find intriguing. I excel in language arts, but I love science. Come on, guys. You can do it. Pick a number. We're running out of time. I finally found what went wrong. Don't want to feel you. Don't want you on my mind. You guys, please guess. Please. Don't want to feel you. Uh-huh. Ryan. All right. Oh, oh, shit. Sorry. Okay. All right. He picked 18. So, congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. Here goes. I had someone ask me the weirdest question. They're like, what is my thoughts on the fetishization of women and the something, and it had to do with me calling my husband daddy. Me calling him daddy is not sexual, y'all. It's part of my culture. Just so y'all know. Like, I don't call my mom. I call her grandma. My cousin, she's my children's ninang, their godmother. So I call her Auntie Ninang. Like you call them by their title. Okay? It's nothing sexual. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know about y'all. I promise you, it's not what you think. Okay. So, Ryan, you're settling into your foundation. Your purpose and what you're here to do, to accomplish, it's being laid out before you just like a map. You know what I'm saying? It's being laid out before you and you're being shown the entire landscape. But it's not in 3D, it's in 2D. It's this flat depiction of the path that you're going to take. And it's up to you whether you will create texture, nuance, changes in elevation through that, right? as you go through this, you're going to experience something, someone, old things trying to reignite cycles that are unhealthy for you. These are distractions. Don't let it work. Don't let it get to you. Don't let whatever it is affect what you are focusing on. I think there's a lot that's going to be happening for you, and it's going to be happening in a very um Are you into fairies, Ryan? It's been a long time, but let me get some of these crazy ass tangles out. um Pedro is chittering in my ear, and he's saying something about elementals and fairies, like you have some type of connectivity with the fae, the Devic kingdom. Are you into Devic stuff? It has to do with that. The whole thing of the landscape. I stuck the card in already. The two-dimensional map. The reason it's two-dimensional is because you haven't breathed life into it yet. You're the one that's going to change the degrees of elevation across that landscape. It appeared weird because I've never seen a land map look like that, like the way that it looks. And now I'm realizing it's not a land map of this land. It has to do with the Devic kingdoms. Fascinating. You feel like you know me? Like I feel very, very familiar to you? Something about a past life with searching in the Rocky Mountains for something? Did I tell you you were searching for something in the Rocky Mountains at one point? I'm being shown caverns of crystals. These are portals. When certain crystal resonance is concentrated in a space and they're facing specific, like the crystalline structuring is facing a specific way, when there is like a resonance that's introduced, all the crystals will vibrate at that level of resonance, and it will dilate. Shit. I wasn't supposed to say that. So these types of things tie into you. They tie into you and what you can do. I think that you're going to be seeing how much you can do over the next maybe 6 months to a year. You're going to see the activation of quite a few different things. And as those things begin to activate, you will then begin to understand the gravity. So I was having these conversations with Emrys the other day, and Emrys is like, I can't say it on a live stream. It has to do with sound. It has to do with frequency and the use of tonal qualities. There's already research that's being done, and quite a few people have successfully replicated this, but it has to do with frequency, and it's in real life applications. It can be used for different things. I wish I could just say it. My gosh, this is so stupid. Let's pick another number. It's giving me anxiety. I finally found what went wrong. Okay, I got a number. Pick a number from 1 to 100. The first comment that I see that matches the number I have written, you will win a reading from me. La, 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 la. Don't wanna feel you. Don't want you on my mind. Pick a number. There you see her sitting there across the way. She don't got a lot to say, but there's something about her. It's 73. The number is 73. So whoever's the first to write it, you won. There you go. Hi, Mary. I couldn't do it. All right. Here it goes. I'm thinking at some point today, let's have a what do you call it? A chat. I got so much to share with the sanctuary. Oh my gosh. I got so much to share with you guys. It's ridiculous. Here we go. Mary. Oh my gosh. Are you okay, Mindy? She stuck her finger in. Don't know why. Dying to I want to kiss the girl. Okay, Mary. Oh, we need to watch There's Something About Mary. Because I don't fully remember the premise of the movie. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I think you're being put in like a stasis correction cycle, right? So there's nothing that needs to be changed. Alchemist in reverse. There are cycles that are upside down that are being emptied out and corrected. And then guidance, like you don't have to listen to any type of guidance right now. What you need to do is kind of just allow life to flow around you. Because I think that's what's been happening. Life has been flowing around you. You've kind of just been staying in your lane and letting people get funky and not participating in that funk. Ethos in reverse is telling me that the mindsets of the people around you, I think you're surrounded maybe at work or local environment by organic portals. I love you, Mary. Has nothing to do with you. Okay. Okay, I'm going to shuffle one more time. Hold on. And Michael says, I don't know what the card underneath is. I'm nervous. Michael says to show you guys the card at the bottom of this deck. Okay. The card at the bottom of this. He goes, turn the deck around. I feel like it's a trick. I feel like Out of my deck, demons. Out of my deck. Okay. He says, show you. He says, don't look, just show you. Was it bad? Was it good? Do I want to look? The curiosity is killing me. Was it good? Was it bad? Do I want to look? Decisions. Do I want to look? Do I want to look? I should just get ready for class. I should just get ready for class. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We need a darker color. This is just. Mm-hmm. Let's pick up one more number and then I'm going. I knew it. Okay, let's answer questions instead. What's up with the energy since Friday? Any insight? Grateful for connection. Hi, Jessica. So, yes, since Friday, there were certain things that came into alignment. These things that aligned allowed for pathways to be utilized that have not been utilized in quite some time. Now, pathways can be used for benevolent as well as malevolent things. These pathways are currently being used for malevolent things. These alignments that are taking place, it has to do with uh, the Blue Star Kachina, Hopi prophecy, those type of things. There's a lot of things that are being pushed so hard, like just push into an alignment that creates for the potentiality for full dilation of the third eye. When you allow your third eye to fully dilate, it becomes something that can overwhelm the senses. It will flood energies in areas of the brain that don't usually receive those types of frequencies, and it makes your kind of like your brain function go haywire. I don't know that it's something that can be detected in an MRI or unless they can detect. Well, they might be able to. Hold on. Detect. The primary hypothesis is that bioelectric current produced by a nerve or muscle creates a magnetic field that influences the magnetic resonance. The researchers demonstrated that the sensors can pick up electrical signals similar to those produced by action potentials, electrical impulses fired by single neurons, or local field potentials, the sum of electrical currents produced by a group of neurons. So then it can. Super curious. It's firing up different areas of the brain that don't typically get fired up. And then, so it's a hyperstimulation paired with a hypostimulation with corresponding structures. So, for example, one part of the brain is speaking to another part of the brain, and they need to, or usually will need to, be equal in their functioning, right? So that the function can be normal, healthy. And then when one side fires up too much and the other one becomes hypostimulated, shrinks down, it becomes very imbalanced. What ends up happening is it's almost like a hyperstimulation of the amygdala with a hypostimulation of the retrocerebral fields. And when you pair those two together, you don't know um, if there's actually true harm, true threat in your proximity, but now you're feeling this aggressiveness, this uptick in aggression, internalized aggression, externalized projected aggression. It doesn't matter. It's like you're feeling riled the F up, but you don't know why. You're feeling riled up because you're sensing something, but you can't quantify it because it's affecting the retrocerebral fields, which is that's what it's for. The retroverbal fields um, is what senses, detects threats. So that's what's been happening. That's what it is. Um, well, it depends on what type of epilepsy you have, what type of seizures you have. Um, it won't necessarily trigger an epileptic episode because they're not utilizing the same channels that lunar energies. If you notice, some people who have epilepsy, they'll, if there's a lunar event, they'll have like a grand mal seizure. They'll have like a really big episode. It ties into that because of the pathways that are being used, and it's hyperstimulating certain areas of the brain that are associated with the type of epilepsy they have. There's different types. It will trigger an episode, but there's a lot of things that we cannot hear or see with our organs that are being definitely projected into the atmosphere. We're picking it up because you have apartheid filters in your auric shield, and that pulls in information. The apartheid filters on your auric shield is what gives you the sense of an individuated existence, this separation from each other. So there's a lot of manipulations going on, and this is being projected from the kachinas. I can't say it out loud. The kachinas. Watch for the kachinas. Mhm. Now, demyelination is something that is very serious. Very, very, very serious. It typically doesn't happen immediately unless you're introducing xenobiotics into the body, things that don't belong in your bloodstream. But when you're exposed to specific types of geopathic pollution, um, electromagnetic pollution, eventually it begins to interfere with the myelination. And that is a major issue as well. If you live near, what do you call it? Those large towers for electricity, electric towers. I don't know what they're called. And that eventually will distort the um, genetic expression of your cells. It will begin to gravely affect your ability to remain in homeostasis. It's bad. It's real bad. But it's similar, that is similar to what's being done right now, where our proper form and function is being greatly affected by celestial processes that are projecting um, and infiltrating through our auric shielding. It's calibrated. It's calibrated to dilate the pores of your auric shield. Your auric shield has pores. If you don't know how to calibrate your apartheid filters, those pores will dilate. It will allow things in. Many empaths have pores or porous auric shields because they've learned to dilate that in order to be able to read the environment to assess for potential harm, potential impending trauma. That's how you can read the room, your apartheid filters. Mhm. So there's a lot of stuff that has really been kept from the general public. You know, it's been kept, and you've instead been given a half truth, which is far more dangerous than a full on lie because of the fact that there's enough truth in it to create division and internal bickering between members of a group. And it's just, yeah. Um, it depends on your sensitivity. Transistor station, that's what they're called. It depends on your sensitivity. If you already have multi-gene mutation, MTHFR multi-gene mutation, you're much more susceptible. You already have a predisposition for mutations in your genes, depending on which genes are mutated. Just like if you carry the BR something something gene, if that's mutated in you, you have a higher potentiality of developing breast cancer, right? And one of the best ways that you can really combat a lot of this geopathic stress, electromagnetic pollution, is by taking methylated vitamins, methylated supplements. Those with MTHFR gene mutation, they're not able to methylate properly. And that they're looking for the people who are like this. Those with the MTHFR gene mutation, they have a higher concentration of angelic genome. That's what it is. I'm sorry. I just word vomited a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know if these are topics that interest you guys. These are topics that sometimes fascinate me. I'm I don't know if you guys know I have Asperger's. I'm Asperger-ish. And sometimes if you ask me a topic, I could go ad nauseum and just word vomit all this information about it before I realize that I've word vomited on you. Yeah, look up MTHFR multi-gene mutation. These are the very people who, as children, when we're exposed to heavy metals, through specific programs that poke you, we have a higher likelihood to develop symptoms that place us on the autism spectrum. So it's just one of those things where you have to know that just because you have a predisposition for it, it doesn't guarantee that you will get that. It just means that you have to be extra careful the way you store your emotions, the way you process or don't process, the environment that you're in, your level of self-talk, your degree of manifestation ability, all of that all factors into how all of these disruptive components will begin to mutate your cellular material. Whatever can be mutated can be returned back to its original state. That's just a fact. Whatever can mutate can be returned back to its original state. You just have to know the pathways that were used to lead you to the places that you now exist within a space of pathology. You don't want the pathology, you find the pathways and you reverse it. You restore the function. You should write a book of spiritual terms with definitions. I've learned a lot, but sometimes it still takes a minute, like what she's. I'm sorry. I should. I don't even realize I'm using spiritual terms. When I get excited about a specific topic, I sometimes to some degree will forget to modify my vernacular, and that's just kind of how I talk. So you would have to write down the word. You would have to write down the word and tell me which words I should put in the book, because my husband always tells me it's common sense. What I think is common sense is not common sense. And I used to think he was just full of shit saying that to me. But I'm starting to see maybe he's onto something. Cholesterol herbal remedies in relation to blood pressure. Cholesterol is actually not a bad thing. That's a liquid Band-Aid. When you consume food-like products that are not actual food, for example, table salt, it doesn't fully dissolve in your bloodstream. When you consume it, it crosses into your bloodstream through your intestinal tract. But here's the thing. There are crystalline structures that scrape along your your cardiovascular system. So then what does your body do? It releases cholesterol to serve as a patch. Now, if you're not eating the appropriate foods and you continue to consume food like products that are very, very unhealthy for you, then that's what's going to happen. It's going to be layer after layer after layer, which then hardens and eventually will block the arteries. And then you have all of these different things that occur. Selenium, 200 micrograms or micrograms of selenium can help to resolve quite a bit. If you have a lot of gray hair, there's a high likelihood that you're deficient in selenium. I'm not a doctor, just so you guys know. I'm not a scientific whatever. I'm a stay-at-home mom that like to read shit. I just like to read shit. So if you have a lot of gray hair, uh, that's highly indicative of impending catastrophic ischemic events, cardiovascular events, cardiac events. Like, it's not good. It's not good. You have to make sure that you have the appropriate levels of copper, zinc, selenium, uh, biosalts. You have to have the proper levels of those things. If you don't, I mean, it's a recipe for catastrophic things to occur within your body. It's very much a recipe for that. Your common sense is just less common. Thank you. I like that. I definitely like that. I like that. So if you have PICOS, you have to look at what levels are high, what levels are off balance. If it's something like, well, I shouldn't get into that because my memory is faulty and I have dyslexia. So I don't want to switch it and give you the wrong information. When you have things, reproductive things, hormonal issues like PCOS, um, premenstrual stuff, when you have endometriosis, when you have menopause, perimenopause, postmenopause, that type of thing, and your hormones are off whack, you want to look into these type of things. Um, Let me get the real name. Hold on. Inositol. You want to look into these types of things because you can definitely very, very intensely, efficiently, effectively affect your hormone composition by simple things like that. You can restore, you can rejuvenate. I was entering into menopause. I got poisoned by um, a specific brand of tampon. It's marketed as organic. It's not organic. A component is organic, but the whole thing is not organic. It contains chemicals in it. And it poisoned me and it shoved me into menopause. I was entering into menopause. And then I was like, okay, this is off. Something is very, very off. I feel very, very sick. My metabolism went crazy. I gained like 50 pounds. My face changed, everything. And I was like, I feel like I'm dying. So then I went ahead and I paid out of pocket for blood testing, test all my hormone levels, my thyroid levels, all of that. It actually greatly accelerated my hair loss. I have alopecia areata. And with that, when I got all my hormone levels checked, my thyroid's perfectly fine, kept all my supplements for that the same. But I noticed all of my hormones were out of whack. I was entering into menopause. I took the appropriate, I did quite a bit of extensive research on what will help with what. And I began experimenting with the things that are on the screen. And I was able to modify my hormone levels to the degree that I'm now in the process of actively restoring, rejuvenating my body, you know? So you got to be very, very careful though, because these things, although they're natural, And if someone's going to be like, you can't get hurt by drinking tea, it's all natural, you can't be hurt by taking a natural stuff. Yes, the fuck you can. Yes, the fuck you can. For example, if you have high blood pressure and you're on something like verapamil, which is a very commonly prescribed blood pressure medication, if you are African American of African descent, look into whether or not you should have verapamil to begin with. Very catastrophic. I believe that's the one. Look into it before you start taking any of that stuff. But the doctors have to prescribe this to you. So if you're taking something like verapamil and you're going to go ahead and eat grapefruits, that'll kill you. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, that will kill you. If you're on blood thinners, right? You have some type of maybe ischemic something going on. There's a reason your doctor wants your blood thinned. Now you have inflammation somewhere, you worked out or whatever. Someone's going to tell you, oh, just take turmeric. It won't hurt you. It's turmeric. Yes, the fuck it will. That thins your blood even more. Are you kidding me? You'll bleed out into yourself. You have to understand there's contraindications for everything. And you have to know what those contraindications are. You have to do the legwork because, for example, my brother was taking, I forgot which medication for like advanced heart failure, and he kept craving pineapples, and I was feeding him so many pineapples, and then he had a major event. His blood pressure went down, and this and that. I'm now googling all kind of stuff like, what have I been feeding him? And I'm like, okay, pineapples. Pineapple contraindication for blah, 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 blah. And I'm looking up all his medications. Oh shit. There's a contraindication from bromelain and this medication. And I'm at the ER and I'm like, he had so many pineapples. I was like, oh shit, I killed him. Yeah, I fed him pineapples. And the ER, they're like, there's nothing wrong with pineapples. I'm like, it's contraindicated for this medication. They're like, it is? I'm like, yes. They didn't even know. They didn't know. They didn't know. Yeah, they didn't know. You have to remember, doctors are not pharmacists. Pharmacists are not doctors. Doctors only know the general of what to prescribe for what condition. They don't always know the lesser known, less common contraindications for medications. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you could do quite a bit for your health using herbal remedies. You have to remember, herbal remedies are the root of the medications that are synthesized. They're taking the active component of that herbal thing and they're synthesizing it. It's not the full plant profile anymore. And that's how they're able to market it as a medication and know what it's used for. But here's the thing, when you're taking the full plant profile, there are certain terpines, and things like that that help to regulate it. Like certain herbal things, it has a toxicity level, but before you can reach that toxicity level, if you're using the full plant profile, you'll get diarrhea first. Your body will purge it all out. So it's harder for you to reach that toxic level. But if you're taking out all of those things and you're only going for the active component, you don't have that regulator anymore. But at the end of the day, it's still a synthesized component of a plant. Herbal things can still greatly harm you. They're still medicines. They are still medicines. Don't let anyone tell you that it is herbal and therefore it is all good. It is not all good. You have to know what it is you're drinking. If you were to be given black cohosh and you're pregnant, you could miscarry. There's a lot of people who are, promoting. At one point, they were really, really into promoting mimosa pudica, the seed of the mimosa plant. They're like, it's an anti-parasitic, right? People are so big into detoxing. Take mimosa pudica, take mimosa pudica. Did you know that can sterilize you? It can sterilize you. If you take it long enough and high enough dosages, you will be permanently sterilized. You will not be able to carry children. You will not be able to be pregnant. Are you aware? There are certain herbal remedies when you look into, and I remember this from lifetimes where I was shamanic. I was the medicine woman, medicine man of my tribe. These are tribal remedies. Yo, they're real things. They can hurt you. You have to know what's used for. You have to know the benefit and the cost to receive that benefit. In everything in life, whatever is the benefit, there's always a cost to receive that benefit. The cost of your growth is your old life, your old perceptions, your old connections. There is always a cost for everything. And you have to make an informed decision as to whether that cost is what you're willing to pay. Right? Yep. Kava kava too. Like all these things that people think like, oh, you can megadose it and take it indefinitely. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. You cannot. Lots of different things that can be very, very effective. But when taken improperly, it's not going to be good. Yes, this right here. That for me, that's a massive red flag. For me, that's a massive like, oh no. No, 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 no. I can't trust someone who very openly gives information without understanding how that information was procured by the person they received it from. Right? Right? Right. This too. Water is natural, but too much of it will drown you. Did you know that if you drink too much water in a short period, not only it won't drown you if you're drinking it, but it will mess up your electrolyte balance, which will affect your cardiac function. You can seriously harm yourself drinking too much water. It would have to be copious amounts of water, chugging and chugging and chugging of water, but it can definitely very severely affect you. You know, it's just one of those things. Okay, Cheryl. Cheryl's like, let me have her talk about this too. How about this, you guys? How about this? Clearly, I have so much information to share. How about y'all consider joining me for my live workshops? K33academy.com/store. I teach a whole bunch of different things, a whole bunch of different things. And if you'd like to learn about that, if you'd like to learn how to protect your space, I have a black magic revocation workshop coming up where I teach you how to negate the effects, the attempts to really, really negatively impact your life by way of dark arts. I know how to negate that. There's also, let's see what I have. Let's see. I don't know what workshops are coming up. So I have the comfort care meditation coming up. I have the certification program starting soon in July. I have the Black Magic Revocation, Whole Being Wellness Workshop. That one. If you're having issues with your health, hold on, let me. This right here. The Whole Being Wellness Workshop is something that I've taught before. And I've learned through the course of my lifetime that when you eat for your frequency, it helps with autoimmune conditions. It helps with all sorts of dysregulatory stuff. It's addressing the energetic root causation. This is not a diet. This is about whole being wellness, understanding the ways in which your lifestyle, your mindset, your frequency level, your diet affects your health. Something that not a lot of people know about me. Several years back, I was like 230 pounds, 230 something pounds for about 13 years. And when I had one of my children, because my children are exclusively breastfed, I could tell that he had a lot of food intolerances. And so I modified my diet strictly to accommodate the food intolerances that I suspected. Now, with that, there was no exercising, absolutely no exercising. There was absolutely no restrictions or even counting of calories or any of that. I ate however much I wanted, when I wanted, but I only would eat the things that I knew my child could have because it goes through your breast milk. And I believe it was like a 3-month period. I lost over 100 pounds, literally just came right off me. It literally came right off of me. And when I maintained that, um, again, I wasn't doing any exercise or anything like that. Not only did the weight come off of me, because a lot of people, when they lose weight, their face becomes very aged, because they're not losing weight in a way that is healthy. It's through caloric restriction rather than frequency understanding your frequency needs and how that relates to the physiology of your body. Um, not for me. And I have Ehlers-Danlos, which my skin doesn't snap back. I have very lax skin. And when I lost all that weight, not only did I lose weight, it literally looked like I reversed aging. And I maintained that for quite some time. I was like in my mid to late 30s. I was getting carded for video games. Like, shut the fuck up, yo. I don't find this cute. I'm in a rush. Sell me the damn game. The guy was like, that's not you. He took my license. He scanned it. Obviously, it's a real license, jerk. And he's like, that's not you. That's a fake license. Really? Like, you just heard this big ass kid call me mom, right? We're not faking that. That's really my kid. And so it's a thing of, when you cut out the foods that were designed, they were bioengineered to poison someone with a high frequency. Uh, yeah, you become so rejuvenated. I looked like I was in my early 20s for quite some time until I started eating tacos. Fucking corn. Corn fucks me up. Um, but yeah, it's one of those things where your life essence will begin to shine through your skin. You'll look very, very young, very, very youthful. And you don't need to do much to maintain that outside of removing the foods that are pro-inflammatory response. They intentionally structure the food pyramid to look for people who are high frequency and make them sick. That's how the food pyramid was structured. Yeah. And the whole like 3 meals a day, that was never our original state either. I think for a lot of people, we've been misled into so many different spaces of self-harm that it's like, for example, I was vegan for 6 years. That was the most unhealthy period of my life. And I cooked all my meals at home from scratch. And I was so unhealthy. People who are very high frequency are not compatible with a vegan diet. But spiritual people will tell you you're not spiritual if you don't practice veganism. That's not true. That's not true. One of my children who is highly advanced in their abilities, like I be telling this one, like, you're a fucking sorcerer, yo. No, I'm not, mommy. No, I'm not, mommy. No, yes, you are. Like I can sense he has access to information that is just like, the fuck are you watching? How do you know these terms? Anyway, he eats strictly meat. He's not compatible with other stuff. He only eats meat. Specific type of meat, but only meat. Why? Because he's so high frequency, he's not compatible with the physical body, that he needs very grounding foods. He needs dead animal flesh, or else he's no longer compatible with his body. And trust me, I've taken him to so many different specialists, so many different this, so many different that. Yep. So yeah, Nancy Reagan, she gifted that to the world, the food pyramid. But yeah, there's so much information that can definitely be shared that will allow for you to enter into the healthiest part of your life. You know, you have to know how to apply the information, of course. It's not a one piece of advice fits all type thing, right? Did you know potatoes contain a poison? I think it's lectin. Hold on. It's a nightshade. It's poisonous to you if you're high frequency. Let's see. Solanine, not lectin. Solanine. Yeah. But you know, if you fry your potatoes, I'm just saying. But yeah, there's a lot of different things that, you know, we need to allow ourselves to become aware of. And when we do, we become empowered in our lives. Yeah. Potatoes and nightshade, bell peppers, eggplants. People with higher frequency tend to be incompatible with nightshades. It creates a lot of inflammatory issues, especially in the joints. It flares up rheumatoid conditions, all of that different stuff. Um, People with very high frequency also have a tendency to be hypercritical. And in that hypercriticality, they internalize this physiological manifestation ability. They internalize it, and that's how it ends up mutating the genetic expression, the cellular material that gets mutated. And you end up having all these different locations. I got to get going. Class is going to start. Sorry, I couldn't do the reading. Oh, Michael says, couldn't. Sorry, I didn't want to do the reading and I was bratty and I decided not to because fuck that shit. I'm not your puppet. It's true. I said what I said. I meant it. I'm not your puppet. I didn't want to do the reading. It's going to be the same old stupid reading. So instead, I spoke with my community. Love you guys. I got to get to class. You guys consider the workshops, k33academy.com/store. I have a few different things coming up. And I'm sure you'll learn a lot of really amazing things from me if you choose to join. I'll see you guys again very soon. Maybe I can do expedites later today. I'm not sure. We'll see. Bye, everyone.